them, what if the missing piece of the puzzle to sustainable value-led leadership is not more skill, but more bandwidth? Today, we'll explore what it means to cultivate and grow internal bandwidth so you can lead with ease, sustainability, and impact. This is my first recording and my first time to create this channel for us, but I feel that the season is right. As leaders, now more than ever, we're faced with leadership demands and requirements in environments filled with rapid change, very diverse cultures, as well as the normal need to be able to work through that and still be more present and show up for our personal lives, our families, and our communities. And in that journey of leadership, what in my years of leadership as a CFO, as a growth strategist, a parenting coach, and even more recently through the founding stages of the IPGRO LLC, I have found that what I have needed to retool, to learn, unlearn, relearn, to connect with others on, to build an awareness for, and really seek further guidance on, has been in the area of creating more capacity. And that is what I would like for us to explore today based on my experiences and journey, and also hopefully in a way that gives you maybe a moment to reflect on your own journey and see what this might mean to you. The internal bandwidth is a leader's capacity to think clearly, regulate their emotions, be able to work with the nervous system and maintain energy over time, regardless or even during times of high stakes situations and pressure moments and all that life gives to us each day. And when I think of creating that internal bandwidth or looking back upon seasons of life, I have found that there have been seasons where I have had very, very important mission activity, be it in the workplace, serving different organizations as a financial officer or an auditor, or in the community leadership, church leadership, and navigating diverse cultures. And in those very highly sensitive mission seasons or mission high-stakes seasons, I have found that I've needed to increase in my ability to truly work with leaders who are all under high pressure, work with my own reactivity, my own emotions, and understanding what my body is telling me for a season. I've also seen how a combination of many seasons of high stakes and high pressure have led my body to create a mechanism to always work under adrenaline pressure and always thrive in that. But there are times when the energy starts to run low. There's been times where my focus has started to shift. There are times where my emotional availability was running dangerously low. There are times when I had to really dig deep and even seek further learning and guidance to understand how to work with different personalities in leadership and how they might be viewing things at a particular point in time, not to mention understanding the brain states that the person I'm leading, whether supervision or supporting in leadership, is in, so that to be able to show up in my highest and best capacity and to be there for them. And that also meant that I had to make sure that I was also aware of my capacity, my internal capacity, and I was able to understand my emotions and how to regulate. Basically, also that in turn allowed me to be able to listen into the emotions of the teams that I was working with, but also listen past and beyond those emotions to the underlying needs that they were presenting. I have had to go through seasons that expanded my awareness and understanding of human development, so that I could be able to be showing up strongly for those that I'm mentoring and understand how to best move them from where they were to where they desire to be. And across the board, what I have found to work is being able to have clarity on what our personal values are, being able to create rhythms around those and boundaries, as well as go through constant self-awareness and retooling so that we're able to show up. I have invested in bandwidth projects, if you would. Bandwidth projects, by that I mean actually being able to take an assessment at a given point in time to see how is my communication, how am I showing up in the home, how do those in the home perceive my everyday availability, and how is my connection with my family, how is my connection with my loved ones. At the same time, how is my connection with those in the workplace? How is my connection with those I serve? How well do I listen to the needs of those that I serve? And what kind of environment and space am I creating as a leader? Because we are impacting lots of people, families, generations, and there remains an opportunity for us to learn and grow each day in terms of how to increase our internal bandwidth, so that we're not always running low and risking being in the burnout phase, which once encountered is a season that can enlighten us and allow us to use that as a bridge to more aligned action. But nevertheless, internal bandwidth remains a key piece that can help us and differentiate us from just barely showing up to really showing up at our highest and best capacity, and also creating an environment where those around us can show up at their highest and best capacity, and be able to balance between that and the ever-changing needs and demands in our environment as leaders. I'm curious, as it relates to your own personal life, and as I've just talked through what I've encountered and what I've experienced, what does internal bandwidth mean for you? And looking back, what are some seasons that you have felt that you've been able to show up at your highest and best? And what are other seasons where you felt that you can barely make it, but are still pushing for the mission that which you're trying to accomplish, or for your family and your well-being? Or what are parts of your life that you have completely neglected, intentionally or unintentionally, because of feeling the pressure that comes with leadership? What are some constant patterns you have seen in your leadership and in how you show up and in your presence that are really creating a legacy that does not align with your values, but you're not sure what the next steps might be. I welcome you to subscribe to this channel and follow for more guidance and more resources on the website, and reach out and let's just start this discussion and build a little each week. And my desire for you is to be able to support you so that you can be able to grow your bandwidth, lead intentionally, have sustainable impact, and do this with as much ease, as much balance, that which you were created to do. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.